wait till 9 a.m. Can somebody help out Harry from Alpha Capital? So, what was I going to say? So today we're going to start off by assessing the news on the Forex Factory. So after we do the Forex Factory, we're going to take a look at the heat map, decide whether that's bullish or bearish. After that, we're going to take a look at the news on TradingView to see what we got going on today. And then we're going to start charting. We're going to start from, as you can see, my screen is completely clean. We're going to start on the daily, then down to the 1 hour, then the 15-minute, and then to the 1 minute to see where we're going to find our entries and take profits. So if you're new here, this is something you should write down because this is pretty much the process that I go through every day before I start trading. If you're new here, you should have this. This is called the heat map for US 30, the Dow Jones Composite Average Index. That helps us establish a bias. It's just a visual representation of where the market should be going today. As I said, it is. I believe that we're looking for longs at 9:30 a.m. Meaning buys at 9:30 a.m. We need that. Secondly, you're going to need Forex Factory. This gives us all the red folder news. Good morning, Swamp Donkey. How are you? Okay. And you're going to need TradingView, of course, which is where we analyze the market. For the heat map, it's the Dow Jones Industrial Average Index. So I don't know if you can see. If you go here, it'll say NASDAQ 100, NASDAQ Composite Index, Dow Jones Composite Average Index. That's what you want to be on. Bearish on gold. Mindset. I'm bearish on gold today. I'm going to explain why right in a minute once we get started at 9. Okay. Give me a second, guys. I'm just waiting on some more people to start. We're going to start at 9 a.m. As I said, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to evaluate the news on Forex Factory, see whether it's bullish or bearish there. And then we're going to go on to the heat map, establish our buys there, bullish or bearish, meaning buys or sells. Then we're going to do the news, assess all the news, the recent news on TradingView, do the ChatGPT breakdown. And then from there, we are going to start charting. Travis is at the 1 hour is gray. Start a little red. The 1 hour heat map? Yeah, the 1 hour heat map usually is. But I'm pretty confident that the market's going to open bullish. And I'll tell you why in a second once everyone hops in. It's kind of going to be like today's one of those days that's good for the 1 minute strategy that I have, the breakout strategy. All right, beautiful. Now it's 9 a.m. Let's get started. So if you're new to this Discord, we're going to start off by evaluating the news, making a bias, and then we don't enter a trade until around 9:30 a.m. Why 9:30 a.m.? Because that's when the New York session opens, which is what I trade, the New York Stock Exchange. And usually we have volume enter the market around 9:30 a.m. Today's going to be a tricky day. Not tricky, but there's big news today. There's two main things that we need to look at today. Now, if you're new, you need to have Forex Factory. Forex Factory is a website that basically just gives us all the important news that we need for the day. And this is the website. All right, if you're new, go to this top right hand corner, and all of these are going to be clicked. Unclick everything. Just click USD, and you can unclick the gray one. Leave the yellow, orange, and red one clicked. And then hit apply filter. And then we want to know what's going on for today. I believe John is already recording. So if you're writing any of this down, the steps are first evaluate the news on Forex Factory. Then we're going to go to the heat map. Then we're going to evaluate the news on TradingView. Then we're going to do our charting, meaning we're going to see where we're going to find our entry. And then we're just going to wait for our setup to hit. All right. All right. So today's Thursday, August 24th, right? So here we have the first thing that we have is unemployment claims, an evaluation of the Forex Factory. All right. If you don't know what that is, always click on the folder and then read here why traders care. Although it is generally viewed as the lagging indicator, the number of unemployed people is an important signal of overall economic health because consumer spending is highly correlated with labor market conditions. Unemployment is also a major consideration for those steering the country's monetary policy. Basically, what this means is it just measures the amount of people filing for unemployment in the United States. If that number goes up, that is bad. Why? Because if more people are filing for unemployment, that means people aren't making money. That means people are spending money. That means the economy is not doing too well. In this case, it came out at 8:30 a.m. The news was positive. So the previous number was 239,000. That number went down to 230,000. So that's good for the economy. That's a bullish indicator. Core durable goods orders. Okay. Again, I'm not going to go through all of them, but if you don't know what that is, just click on the folder, read it here. This news remained the same, so I would not form a bias based on this. The previous was 0.5%. Now it's still at 0.5%, so I wouldn't. And plus, it's orange folder news, so it probably doesn't affect. Well, no, it doesn't probably. It doesn't affect the market as much. Durable goods orders month over month went from 4.6 to negative 5.2%. Why traders care? It is a leading indicator of production. Rising purchase orders signal that manufacturers will increase activity as they work to fill the orders. So basically, factories, anybody that produces anything, this measures how many orders they're receiving. The more orders they're receiving, the better. The least orders they're receiving is bad for the economy. So this is not as good for the economy. This is negative right here. All right. And at 10:30 a.m., we have natural gas storage. That's looking like it's not going to move that much. And then at noon, we have Harker Speaks. Okay. So overall, my bias for the news on Forex Factory would be longs, and here's why. So the only news article here, which is red folder, is unemployment claims, which is positive because it went down, went from 239 to 230. Core durable goods remain the same. Durable goods orders is negative. It's bad for the economy, but it doesn't have as much of an effect on the market. So if you're writing this down for bullet point number 1, I would say bullish as far as Forex Factory news. So we're bullish there, right? Our bias is bullish. And we're going to go through, look at the heat map, look at everything else, and see, an overall picture of the market for today. Now, it's very important to know that when the FOMC member Harker speaks, before the FOMC member Harker speaks, the market usually consolidates. If you guys don't know what that is, consolidate means that the market kind of just does this, just moves sideways, awaiting his announcements because he makes big announcements based on the Fed and so on and so forth. Okay? So, let's go look at the heat map. The heat map is going to give us a visual representation of the market for the day. Let's refresh it. So, of course, green means the stocks are up. Red means the stocks are down. Right now, it's majority green. Let's go look at a shorter time frame. Let's do 4 hour, mostly neutral. Can we look at I always say this, don't really look at the 1 hour or 4 hour until after the market opens, like around 9:30 a.m., right? So like you want to look at the 4 hour like noon or 1 o'clock. But if you're trying to establish a bias on the market for the day, look at the daily, right? So, boom. Bullet point number 2, the heat map is majority green. So I would say the probability is that we're going to have a bull market today, meaning buys. We're looking for buys on US 30. Okay? All right, now let's go back. All right, so we've done Forex Factory, we're bullish, heat map, bullish. Now we're going to find the news on TradingView. And what that means is we're going to click this little indicator here, or this symbol, and that's going to give us all the recent news that affects US 30. So here we have the first one. NASDAQ futures surge 1%. Surge means goes up. Okay? Sorry, let me read that. And we have NVIDIA, which is super good. Yes, I saw that as well. Sorry. All right, so now we're going on to bullet point number 3. We're going to check the news and establish a bias based on TradingView. So we have these articles here. This one came out at 8:39 a.m. about 40 minutes ago. NASDAQ futures surge 1%. We don't want to read all of this. So we have this plugin right here. It's ChatGPT, basically just summarizes the articles for us. And what I do is I go through each one of these bullet points and give it a label, positive or negative. And then once I get to the last one, I look and see, is the majority positive or negative? If it's majority positive, I label that as a bullish article. If it's majority negative, I label that as a bearish article. And I do that for an average of 2 to 3 articles. Okay? So let's look at bullet point number 1. U.S. equity index futures show a rise. NASDAQ 100 up approximately 1%. So, bullet point number 1, positive. Euro Stock 600 index remains flat. doesn't really tell us much whether bullish or bearish, so we ignore that one. Dollar and crude oil prices are up while Bitcoin and gold prices remain flat. Dollar up, positive. All right. U.S. 10-year Treasury yield increases to, that is negative. Treasury yield. Shrinking money supply is identified as risk for stocks despite current market growth, and that's negative. The M2 money supply's nominal terms has decreased by 3.7% compared to the previous year. I'm not really sure what that means, to be honest with you. Money supply in nominal terms has decreased to, I'm not really sure. Nominal GDP for quarter 2 has risen by 6.3%. That's negative for the economy. The economy's larger size is functioning with reduced circulating money, drawing a parallel to an engine needing adequate oil for proper function. I would say that's kind of neutral. Excess money circulating in the economy can lead to inflation. That is negative for the economy. Rising inflation is bad for the economy. It costs the banks more money to borrow money when inflation goes up, which then transfers over to us, the people who are borrowing the money for our houses, cars, so on and so forth. The S&P 500 index to M2 ratio is historically high, suggesting potential risks historically associated with bear markets. So that is negative for the economy as well. The historical precedent of similar ratios being high preceded market downturns, such as the late 1990s before the internet bubble collapse. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's negative. Or is it the current M2 shrinkage is not favorable for stock prices? That's negative. Although this article looks like it's bullish, it's majority bearish. The Fed's M2 money supply indicator stood at 20.9 trillion in July, down from the peak 21. Okay, that is good. So, in this article, once we summarized it, we had 1, 2, 3 positive articles or bullet points, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negative. All right, so for the first article, I'm going to label it bearish, which is kind of misleading because the M2, I have no idea. I don't know what M2 stands for. I'll look it up in a second. If anybody knows, you can put it in the chat, please. All right, so the first news article is bearish, but it's a little bit misleading because the news article reads, NASDAQ futures surge 1%. I think they just took one major thing from what they wanted you to take away from this article and put it here, but there's a bunch of negative news there as well. So let's go back to our chart. Oh, we have another article. Shrinking money supply is a risk for stocks. Well, we can automatically just tell that this is a negative news article, but let's go ahead and summarize it. No, this looks like the same thing from last time. Let's see. All right. Let's see. I'm just going to quickly go over this. Yes, I can tell you how to do it. The market opens at 9:30. So I'm going to just quickly summarize this right here and give it a positive or negative so that we can get to charting and get to trading. Shrinking money supply. Okay. So news article number 2 is also bearish. All right. So all we're doing right now, guys, is we're just getting an overall feel of the market of just gathering data, to see whether we're going to be bullish or bearish at 9:30 when the market opens. We want to know whether we want to be a buyer or a seller. All right, let's do one more. Bulls versus bears. Analysts weigh in on hawkish or dovish Powell at Jackson Hole. The hell does that mean? Nvidia stock surged over 3%. I believe that's what this gentleman was saying. This is big news. Nvidia stock surged over 3%. As bullish, Boeing stocks decline. Attention shows Jackson Hole meeting. Recent data showed decrease in weekly claims. Dow rose. I'm just quickly scanning and giving it a bullish or bearish. This news article is bearish. I mean bullish, sorry. Bullish. Okay. Now we're going to move on to charting. All right, let's see here. Next, let's go back to. All right, now we go to charting. All right, so if you're new here, we're going to go through my charting process. All right, I encourage you to, we'll do the recording, but just follow along. So my two main indicators that I use is the volumes indicator that's right here. And then we have the RSI, which tells us whether the market is overbought, meaning there are too many buyers in the market, and there's probably going to be a reversal when this purple line is here, are oversold, which means when it's down here at the 30. This is the 30, this is the 70, and this is the volume. This tells me how much volume, how many people are in the market for the day. Let me get rid of these alerts I had from previously. All right, so I have a clear, fresh chart here. We're going to start on the daily. We're going to go through this a little bit fast because I want to be able to get to the market as soon as possible. All right, so we start on the daily. Let me get rid of this here. And on the daily, what we're looking for is the trend, okay? So as you can clearly see, the trend is in a downtrend right now, all right, for the week. So what I would put right down is on the daily, the trend is bearish. And what I also look for on the daily, we can get a trend line here. But it's a good visual representation. Okay. So that is the trend right currently. And what we also look for here are, I want to see if the market's trading in anywhere near areas of support or resistance on the daily. And then I'll mark that off. The reason I do that is because on the daily support and resistance areas are usually very, very important areas where the market usually bounces off of. Give me 1 second here. So we're going to grab our horizontal rate tool. And I'm looking for areas of interest close to where the price is right now. So price right now is right here, right? So we have this area right here. As you can see, it was tested here, rejected here, back here as well, back here as well. So that's a pretty strong area that we're in right now. As you can see, the market bounced off of it right here as well. Let me go ahead and change the color really quick. I usually use red, okay, to indicate my daily support and resistance. And as I said, I only want to mark off areas that are close to where the price is right now. I could go all the way up here, but like that's not where price is right now. Let's see here. Then we could do this one as well. As you can see, it was rejected here. It's kind of close to this one as well. All right. So then after that, we're going to go down to our 1 hour, do this basically the same thing. On the 1 hour, we're going to look for areas of support and resistance. around where price is right now. All right. Grab our horizontal rate tool. All right. We're going to be looking for areas like this. And I use these areas and I'm going to make these yellow. Okay. So this is so that I know when I go down to the 15-minute or the 1 minute, I know that red are the major areas that I need to look out for. Yellow, because it's the 1 hour, usually the market could push through them. All right. Now what's next? Let's see. Find some areas to the top here, right there. Find some areas to the bottom. Last one we had was right here, right here, right there. Okay, yeah. And also I'll mark this one off as well. Strong support right here. Okay. All right. So next thing, we're going to go down to our 15-minute. But before we do that, we're going to go over the candles. Go down to our 15-minute chart. And now we're looking for areas of supply and demand. Okay. These are areas such as this, where the market makes a sharp decline or a sharp move towards the upside. What you want to do is, and again, only around where price is trading. You can see where this red line is. You don't want to mark up too much of your chart. Okay. So here's our first supply area. We're going to grab our rectangle tool. And now you want to mark off the last green candle before I push to the downside, before I sell off, or the last red candle before I push to the upside. So the first one we're going to do is this green candle here. Mark that off. That's the supply area. First, we're going to start with the top, and then we'll go to the bottom. So here's another supply area right here. All right. And now we're going to go to the bottom. Okay. Now we're looking for demand areas. So the last red candle before I push to the upside, I would say was this one right here. Let's see here. This one right here as well. Kind of correlates with the other one. And let's see here. Okay, that's it. It is now 9:21. All right, we had another news article come out. We can always tell when another news article comes out based on this little red dot. Let's just click on it real quick. Okay. S&P 500, NASDAQ set to open higher after NVIDIA's blowout forecast. So they're basically telling you what's going to happen. All right. So the market is probably going to open higher. So we got to find our entry and where we want to be. So today we're going to use kind of that 1 minute scalping strategy. All right. Because we want to catch some profits before the market just goes back to consolidating, which will probably happen like around in an hour or so. So we want to catch that first initial move. So here's the 1 hour, the 1 minute consolidation strategy. You're going to put a line to the bottom, okay? The support, find the resistance, okay? So the market will probably consolidate. Then I also have a vertical line right here at 9:30, just as a visual representation. All right. And now our bias is bullish because we had bullish news on Forex Factory, bullish on the heat map. We had two bearish news articles. Two bearish and two bullish news articles. So that's kind of neutral. But my bias, as I said from the jump, is going to be long today. All right. Based on the news, a safe entry would be right here. Okay. And we're going to take this thing up to the next area of interest, which is probably could be here. Or let's take it up to around right here where the trend line is, right? Because that's where more than likely the market's going to bounce off of. And we also have this area interest right here. Okay. We're going to put our stop loss in the middle of the zone. Okay. So, John, if you could go ahead and screenshot this. You can do market execution, or you can enter the signal. It's up to you. John, if you could go ahead and screenshot this and put it in there for me, please. Let's see here. It would be a buy stop. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, buy stop. All right, let me quickly add this in the chat real quick. 9:24. All right, cool. Now we have time. 6 minutes from now. Entry TP. Oh, and as a warning, I always say you don't have to wait till my TP. You could use this yellow line as TP1. This could be your TP2. This area right here is very ambitious, but I do think that's where the market will be going today at open. And we're going to have to see. I think the market will come up to one of these areas, consolidate until around noon, and then we'll see some more volume come in after 1 o'clock. Profit level. Give me 1 second. I'm typing in the information. Stop loss. US 30. Basically, you'd have to input different orders. SR2 sign up, you'd have to put in different orders and set different TPs. So depending on what lot size you're using, you say you want to do 2 positions, just do half. So if you're doing one lot size, do 0.5 and on 2 positions and set different TPs there. Whoa. The fuck? The screen just went blank. Oh, okay, there we go. All right. So there we have it. It's going to be a buy stop. The hell is wrong with my screen here? I would do TP1. Below this area right here. What? You guys see how there's only, I don't know what's wrong with this thing. I'm trying to refresh my page. Not sure why this thing is just showing. Did I mistakenly? Give me 1 second, guys. No, I didn't change my TP. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's why. Why why this thing is. Oh, that's what happened. Guys, sorry. I put the TP by mistake, copy pasted the same TP as the entry. So, hold on a second. Actual TP is. So I'll edit that now. 929. All right. Sorry. Yeah, let me enter the actual TP profit level. 34503 is the actual TP. Let me edit this thing here. All right. All right, so we have 1 minute till the market opens. And we should see large green candles. You can do a market execution as soon as you hear this alert go off. I'll put an alert there for the entry. Okay. Sorry, that's not the TP. Sorry. The TP is up here. Okay. Boom. Entry hit. Okay. All right. Entry hit. And we're off to the races. Now we can erase this green line here, this red line here. And now I usually stay in about the third or the fourth green candle or to the TP, which is right here. As you can see, we had major rejection right here. We got wicked out right there. But I do believe the market will continue to push. This was strong buying volume, as you can see indicated by this green candle here. And should be in profit. What the fuck is this? Okay. As you can see on the yellow line, which is indication of my my 1 hour support and resistance areas. Of course, we're going to have a little bit of pushback there, but I do believe this market will go at least close to this area or close to our trend line. This is our daily trend line. Okay. Let me repaste the TP. TP is 34550. Copy. Alert, create. So let me label that TP. What is wrong with you? That's pretty good. We're having some heavy rejection here. I do not like this red candle that's forming. It's heavy rejection, but it should get wicked out. Let's see. Wow. While we're waiting on that, what I would like to do is go out to my 1 hour and take a look at the RSI there. RSI is pretty much neutral. It's right around the 70, but I would say it is bullish. because it's above the 30. I'll explain what that means in a bit. All right. Now I want to look at the 15-minute RSI as well. Okay, we're bullish on the 15-minute. Hopefully this thing keeps pushing. Let's go back down to the 1 minute. Looks like the stop loss might get hit on this one, but I would re-enter. Hopefully it keeps going. I'm seeing long wicks to the top, which means heavy selling pressure. Use mosquito head. Use US 30 mini. You're going to click on the. You're going to give me 1 second. I'm looking at this chart here. Heavy selling pressure came in, but this might be a retest. But I don't know. There's some really, really, really big wicks to the top. Can somebody explain how to get US 30? Thanks, Charles. Yeah, explain to him how to get US 30 mini. Basically, you right click on any here. Oof. This thing is heavy. Hopefully that was just a retest and we keep pushing. Yeah, I'm holding until TP. I think I might what I always do is, all right, let me go back out to the 15-minute chart. My TPs are kind of relative, right? So I usually wait for the market to, on the 15-minute chart, like if I'm bullish on the trade, I wait for the 15-minute chart to get to overbought. And usually I use that as a TP, so I'll set an alert there. And now, so either my TP gets hit, or if this gets hit, I'll look to jump bottom to trade on the 15-minute chart, because I know that most reversals happen at the 70 on the 15-minute chart with the US 30. So either or. So either I wait for TP, or I wait for this alert to go off on the 15-minute chart, and then I'll look out for candles. I'll go down to the 1 minute and look out for long wicks to the top, meaning, possible reversal, candlestick pattern, so on and so forth. And then I just make my decision based on that. But I do believe this one will be going to 2. We're having heavy rejection right here. You see on the 1 hour resistance. Once we break through that resistance, we should be good to go. Oh, let's take a look at the heat map. What's that? Oh, that's the RSI, I believe. Hmm. We need a bullish candle, meaning a green candle to close above this area. And then we should be good to go to at least TP1, which is right here. But as I said, my TPs are just suggestion. Like, you can hop out whenever you want, but that's where I do believe the market will be going. So we wait. Oof. I do expect this type of rejection around this area. This is a supply area. Remember that we found on the 15-minute chart. Usually the market has some rejection here, a little bit of consolidation before the push up. But let's see. We just had some more news come out. Let's take a look at that. 7 minutes ago. Okay, yeah, just news that we already know. S&P opens higher. Good move, the Punisher. Good move. A smart move. So as I said, yeah, sorry, I forgot to check the alert on the 15-minute chart. So the R's, oh, I thought it got hit. Some alert got hit. So one thing I always want to, you always want to keep in mind when you're looking at the RSI on the 15-minute chart, when the yellow line, which is the MA, is far apart from this purple line, that means there's heavy bullish pressure. That means there's going to be a pump. That's why I'm very confident that if at least it should go to TP1, to this area. Maybe not TP2. I might close out at TP around this area. But once this hits the RSI here, we're probably going to be looking to jump out. But let's go back down to the 1 minute to take a look. So overall, there's going to be 2 trades today. There's going to be this one, and then we're going to wait till noon when the FOMC speaks. We're going to see if it's bullish or bearish, kind of go through the same process that we went through at 9 a.m. As far as looking at the heat map, we're not going to look at Forex Factory because, well, we are going to look at Forex Factory, but we're going to evaluate the news. We're going to maybe like go to YouTube. Sorry, 1 second. I think this is a reversal pattern. I don't like this one. No, we should be good to go. Anyway, we're going to look at any news. We're going to evaluate what he said, how it affects the markets, and then at 1 o'clock, when traders come back from lunch, we're going to make a bias whether we want to go long or short on the trade. I'm staying in, but as I said, you guys do not have to stay in. If you want to close out, if you like your profits, everyone should be in profit right now. If you want to close out, go ahead and close out. But I'm personally staying in. I have 2 positions open. They're still both open. I'm still in profit. My main bias is the RSI right now. Although I don't like the candle patterns on the 15-minute, but this is it's making higher highs, lower lows, higher high, lower low. That's how the market moves. So pullbacks are just a part of life. What I don't like is I don't like this candle. Whenever you see a body of a candle where the wicks at the bottom and the wicks to the top are like the same size or the same length, right? That means that the bulls or the bears are in a fight. So whenever you see this candle right here, I forgot what it's called, but that means that buyers and sellers kind of closed at they're in a fight and nobody won, right? Now, oh, zoom in. Okay, I got you. Is that better? I'm talking about this candle here, right? So the length of this wick and the length of this wick and the body is the same. So that means the bulls and the bears are in a fight, right? I do believe it's a doji. I think the doji it's when it's a little bit thinner. If the body was a little bit thinner, right? But similar to a doji, yeah, same symbolism. So anyway, that means the bulls and the bears are in a fight. So I'll always pay attention to the next candle after that. Now, when I see a red candle after that, that tells me that the bulls, that team won, the bears won, right? So they kind of broke even here. Bears won here, came back. Now the bulls are coming back to push up a little bit. Let's see. Hmm. Time is it? It's 9:45. All right. Spinning time. I think that is what it is. The implication. I think that's what it's called. It is usually known as a reversal pattern. So if you see it in an uptrend, usually that means the bears are about to take over. And if you see it in a downtrend, meaning a red one, that means the bulls are about to take over. But I do believe this market has some our 50-minute close above the first resistance zone. Did. TP1 hit. So I'm going to close out one of my positions. If you'd like to close out one of your positions there, you can, and let the rest ride. I think we might need to close out here, though. I'm gonna take a look at the at what's going on here. What happens here? If we have any lows forming. All right. I'm liking this buying pressure that's coming in here. Thank you, Patrol. You have a great day, man. Hope you make some good profits. Let's take a look at where we are in the 15-minute chart on the RSI. We should be close to the 70. I think we're going to probably hit the 70 on the RSI before we hit TP, which is comfortable with me. We'll make good profits here. So let's see which one hits first. This is also a major area of rejection. The main reason why I put my TP here is because it's close to the trend line, the daily trend line. So my 1 minute here. No, the reason being, do you think Ahmed said, do you think we could sell here? The reason you could, but it would be like a scalp move. And the problem with that is that we have on Forex Factory, we see that we have the FOMC speaking at 12. So anytime that happens, the market's going to consolidate. So what we're going to see here is this move is going to happen, and then the market's just going to move sideways until noon or 1 o'clock. So yeah, that's pretty much all that's going to happen there. Go ahead and close out, guys. Close, 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 close. Close to TP. Close. I do not like this. You see how there's no wick at the top of this candle? And immediately there's a big red candle that's forming. That tells me that they're more than likely just going to be a rejection. Close enough to TP for me. Everybody's happy. Everybody made money. All right. So I closed out right around there. Let's take a look at the 15-minute RSI. It should have hit already. So I did. It might go to the original TP. Let's see. Or it might go up to this area, this demand area as well. Give me 1 second, guys. I have a telephone call. Hey, Mariel. All right, sorry, yeah, I'm back. So I wanted to address something that a gentleman said is like, okay, if I know that my TP is up here, we're going to have rejection as we're having right here. Why not just sell? The reason I don't do that is because I look for longer moves in a market like this, right? So like right now, I could just, do a market execution, hit sell, but then the market more than likely is going to do this. So let me show you. Let me pull up an example, not an example, but. So right now, hold on, we go to my 15-minute real quick, sorry. So we know at noon, let me get a horizontal vertical line. Noon, right here, where that red line is, that's noon. We have this, right? FOMC member Harker speaks. If you're new to trading, basically, the FOMC, whatever they speak, whatever their members speak, traders stop trading and everybody listens because they want to know where interest rates are going to get set. Basically, just gives you an overview of the health of the economy and where the economy is going to go. What is that? It's not fucking TP. Son of a bitch. Anyway, so usually once when that happens, you have a bullish or a bearish run at 9:30, and then after that you just have consolidation because traders are just waiting. People just like us. They got in and out, made their profits. Now everyone's just waiting, right? Waiting till 12 o'clock to see whether the news is good or bad. But what I foresee happening here is just this. Maybe bouncing in between this area, this area, this area, this, so on and so forth, until noon. Oh, look, the RSI just hit too on the 15-minute. No, it's going up to this area. Okay? So at some point, it might happen here, it might happen here, it might even go all the way up to here, right? At some point, it's going to consolidate until noon. All right? Everyone's evaluating what he said here between noon and 1 o'clock, and then they're putting in their bias. Bulls are long or shorts. So that's what we're going to do for the afternoon trade. That's it for this trade. All right. Wow, that thing's still going. Yes, that is true. Trader D, yeah, that is a good point. Thank you. Jeez, this thing is really taking off. Nice, nice, Anna. Nice. Yeah, this thing is really moving. Nice long green candles on the 1 minute. That tells you that there's heavy buying momentum. I was going to put the TP to this area right here, but I didn't want to pass the trend line because this thing might get wicked out. Because on a 1 minute chart, yeah, this looks like we broke the daily trend line. But if you go back to the daily, this will probably just be like a short wick, not a daily. If you go back to maybe the 15 minute or the 1 hour, this will just be a short wick. All right, let me go back out to we go back out to the 1 hour to kind of take a look at the market, see what's happening here. So now that we have a breakout, this is important for you guys to just kind of lesson to learn. Yeah, sorry, I was out for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday's when my leg thing happened. Tuesday, I was drugged up. They gave me some drugs for my leg because my leg was hurting. And whenever I'm medicated, I don't trade. You never trade under influence. You never trade medicated. Today, I'm feeling a lot better. I didn't take any medication, so that's why we're on today. So thank you guys so much for your patience. And the number one thing as I always stress here is, we got to take it slow and steady. I didn't become a profitable trader. I'm feeling A1 today. I didn't become a profitable trader. When I was taking trades every day, forcing myself to be in the market, I was just losing. And then now that I just trade like this, I just say, if I don't feel well, I don't trade. If I don't, if I get in an argument with my girl, I don't trade. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. Damn, this thing is really fucking pushing. Sorry, guys. I should have looked at the 1 hour RSI. Now, the same applies for the 15 minute. I remember when I said where the yellow line is far from the as far as the gap, I mean the gap like right here. When it's far, that means heavy buying pressure, right? So now that I know that the market's gone outside of if this candle closes outside of this area, I'm going to look for something called a retest of the trend line. Let me make the trend line a different color. I can't barely see it. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Let's make it red. There we go. Okay. Where you going, little guy? Huh. You're still in, John? John's got balls. If I would have taken a look at the 1 hour RSI, I would have stayed in. The reason why I didn't really look at the 1 hour RSI, I didn't think that there'll be this much buying pressure, momentum in the morning, due to the fact that the news is so close. It's at 12, it's at noon. I figured, but I think this is where it'll run out of steam right here. So, John, I would probably get out. Well, I'd get out here or when the RSI in the 1 hour hits 70. Let's set an alert there. Could go up to this area right here. Wow. Heavy. This 1 hour candle is crazy. This one, like, you rarely see 1 hour candles like this. So if you know anything about candlestick analysis, It just basically tells you how long the bulls or the bears have held the market, right? So this candle basically tells us that buyers came in the market, held control for the entire time. Because, like, look, if you look at this candle, you see how short they are? The length of the candles also tell you about momentum and how much pressure there is. It's that NVIDIA. Is that this right here is all traders reacting to that NVIDIA thing that I told you about. It has nothing to do with all the other stuff that we spoke about. But I'm telling you guys, I realized that trading became easy when you realize like the news literally tells you what's going to happen. You know, I think one of the news articles that we read right before the open, no, let me see here. I think it was 1 hour ago. S&P 500, Nasdaq set to open higher after Nvidia's blowout forecast. But yeah, Nvidia 100% had everything to do with this here. It's good. All right. That's it for the morning session, ladies and gents. Come back at 1 p.m. Well, 12:31. We're going to evaluate what the FOMC said about the economy. We're going to determine whether we're bullish or bearish for the afternoon session. We're going to take another trade, hopefully another big win. And we're also going to be trading tomorrow as well. Okay, so to make up for Tuesday and Wednesday. So we will be trading tomorrow. We're going to have to be very careful. I don't like trading on Fridays, but I think we could pull something off there. Basically, depending on the news for tomorrow. So let's check that actually while we're here. What do we have mañana? Oh, shit. Oof. All right. Here's a valuable lesson. Yeah, we're taking another trade on 1. Here's a valuable lesson. So the more you trade and the more you see news, the more you're going to know how to kind of react to it, right? I'd like to put it like this. Like, okay, like, for example, today, 8:30 a.m., news came out. All this news came out, right? Before the market opens. You need to pay attention to what happens before 9:30 and after 9:30 because it affects the markets, right? So tomorrow, news comes out after 9:30. See this right here? Tomorrow, the market's going to be volatile as hell. Like, if you ever see US 30 and then, you're in a trade and then, it's just going up, and then poof, huge red candle or huge green candle. That's what's going to happen tomorrow. So what this tells me is we want to catch a scalp in the morning. So we don't want to be in this shit show for too long, right? We want to catch a quick scalp. I'm talking about 5-10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? High lot size, probably use a 1-minute strategy. High lot size, catch something in the morning, but then get out as soon as possible. And then that Friday will be an afternoon type of day, but only between 1 and I would say 2:30. On Fridays, the market tends to not close earlier, but traders tend to hop out earlier, right? So it kind of slows down. Volume kind of slows down around 2:30, 3 o'clock, although the market closes at 4:30. So tomorrow, just by looking at this, I would say 9:30 a.m. scalp strategy, quick, 10, 15 minutes max. Come back in the afternoon, catch the long move. That way, because traders already digested all this information and it's either going to be good or bad, and then we're just going to take that move from there. Or maybe after 10:05, actually. Maybe afternoon, because Powell's speaking tomorrow, which is very, very powerful, as he said. So traders are going to digest that information, and then we'll get in at 1. Okay? But today, come back at around 12:30, 1 o'clock. I'll send something to everybody. Wow, that 1 hour candle is beautiful, isn't it? Wow. It's probably going to push a little bit more, though. Or maybe this is where it's going to consolidate. All right. That's it, guys. Enjoy your profits. Nice, John. Love to see it. Love to see it. And also, I'll send that off to you shortly, John. I got your text. All right. I'm going to shut it down for now, and I'll see you guys around 12:31. I'll let John know. You're welcome, guys. Have a great day. Well, I'll see you later. Have a great day.